This is just a little progression using some chords. There's a lot of songs and a lot of even instrumentals that and styles that kind of follow this pattern. It's not a new pattern, an original pattern by any means. Lots of people use it, but it is a nice one to kind of get away from the C, G, and D and kinds of things, or the C, F, and G, the three chords. It takes you off into a little bit more of a progression that expands your horizons a little bit, you might say. But anyway, what I did was I went with a 6-3, open 5, 5-1, 5-2, 5-3. That was the beginning. Now, from here, you can use your ring finger and alternate between 5-3 and 6-3, or you can just bring a full chord there. Put your small finger there, your little finger, on the 5th string, 3rd fret, and then bring your ring finger down to the 6-3. Play it that way. Really, it's a lot more simple. Now, it's not quite as simple to play the chord because you have to learn it, but once you get it down, that's the whole idea. Once you learn to use something, it's no different than using a tool of some kind. Other things will work, but this works a little better. At least it does for me. Anyway. And then you just go to your E7th. You can play it here using the on the 3-1 and the 5-2, and then you can bring your pinky finger down on the 2-3, and then you move up to the A7th. That was the E7th. The A7th. The way I'm playing it on this particular pattern is just the middle finger on 3-2, the 3rd finger on 2-2, and then I'm just alternating up here on a 1-1-1 basis, one finger and one on the string 1 and fret 1. Then you can go to a D7th if you want. I'm using a D7th down here. Now, if you bring this back to the C, and you bring your little finger and up on the 3rd string, 3rd fret, that's a C7th. If you move it down 2 steps, it's a D7th. 2 more, it's an E7th. Then it's an F7th. But anyway, don't want to get too far ahead. But you bring your C, that's your C7th, and then there's your D7th. Now, you can play it here and just kind of either mute or just not even use the 1st string, or you can bar both of those strings there, well, the 2nd and 1st on the 3rd fret there, and you get a full D7th. And here I'm alternating a little bit, just the same as I was doing up here. And that's your D7th. Then it just goes to G. Play it that way with the then and all I did was just go to 6-3 and then just go straight down with a stroke, open 5 and a stroke, 5-1 stroke, 5-2 stroke, 5-3 stroke. Or whichever whichever you prefer. And then back to your E7, and then your A, F, F minor, and C. That's just plain F. Take your middle finger off. That's an F minor, and back to your C. Now, if I were playing that finger style, and as I told you before, we're going to try to do a little bit of finger style work, and I'll get my picks together here. They're all together. I'm trying to get them unloosened. Different kinds of picks, by the way. Different lengths. Dropped that one. I don't know even when. Anyway, I'll find it later. I'll use this pick. Okay. A little bit more when you're doing the finger picking. Get a little more things involved. Kind of like playing the piano. You can do kind of like the right and left of your piano, you know, like you're chording or doing runs with the left hand and then playing melodies and more chords with the right. So it kind of gives you that feeling. Anyway, that's the finger style of it. We'll get more involved in it. There's a whole lot more you can do with it. There's a whole lot of other things, other places you can go and really jazz this thing up and juice it up and really make it a neat song. But first you got to learn the basics, and those are the basics of that particular pattern. So just keep on picking with it. And by the way, this is lesson 16. And hopefully you'll hit my subscribe button one of these days if you find it. Sometimes I can't find it myself, so but I know it's there. So if you look for it, hit it, and I'll play just a little bit more, and then we'll call this a lesson, and we'll see you next lesson.